back. The big breaking story we're tracking at this hour. There are protests across different parts of the country demanding the arrest of suspended BJP leader Nupur Sharma over the remarks that she made against Prophet Muhammad during a television debate. Live pictures that are coming in from Saharanpur and Jama Masjid in Delhi currently show that there are protests that are underway. The police, however, claim that the protests have been brought under control. They have the situation under control both in Saharanpur and in the national capital. So an uneasy calm at the moment in Kanpur, where massive protests had erupted and there were clashes that took place last Friday, leaving nothing to chance. Security has been beefed up across Kanpur ahead of Friday prayers, and the situation in Kanpur remains peaceful. An uneasy calm almost, with empty streets and security personnel lining the roads in Kanpur. Parallelly, we are seeing protests spiral after Friday prayers in Saharanpur and protests spiral in the national capital at Jama Masjid after Friday prayers. Let's just listen in. Our live pictures that we're getting to you from Kanpur, Saharanpur, Jama Masjid and Firozabad. So tension in Firozabad and Kanpur, heavy security deployment ahead of Friday prayers. Meanwhile, there are protests in both Jama Masjid in the national capital and in Saharanpur in western Uttar Pradesh. This is chorus, of course, grows demanding Nupur Sharma's arrest. Let's go right across to Alok Pandey joining us with the very latest. Alok, what more can you tell us about the situation in Uttar Pradesh?
Well, again, at the risk of drawing your ire a little, I will again say that there are 75 districts in Uttar Pradesh, and this is a huge space and a huge population. And the only reports of any major protests that we have had so far are from Saharanpur in western Uttar Pradesh. Saharanpur is a sensitive area. About 15 minutes ago, after the Friday prayers in Saharanpur ended, hundreds of people walked out and were part of a protest and sloganeering raised against what has happened in the last 2 weeks that we have seen play out, which is that ex-BJP spokespersons have made remarks on Prophet Muhammad. They have since been asked to leave by the party, but that triggered a host of protests, including the clash last Friday in Kanpur, where you had, stone pelting, etc. So today, on the day of Friday prayers, you had police bandobast in all sensitive areas across Uttar Pradesh. And in most areas, the Friday namaz has passed off peacefully, including in Lucknow, where outside the Kilewali Masjid, which is the main mosque where the Friday prayers happen, you had a slogan or two being raised when TV channels were taking bites from people who were emerging from the namaz. That's about it. Beyond that, nothing has happened in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh's capital. In Saharanpur, in West UP, yes, there are visuals that will show you that the police is chasing away protesters. There are bikes that are overturned on the road. You have people trying to close their shops. I even heard a Nat saying of someone saying, "Ban karo, ban karo." So yes, it was a volatile situation. Right now, I am in touch with our local reporters on the ground, and they are saying that at the moment things are okay. Of course, they'll not go back to being normal so immediately, but they are okay. The senior most officials of the Uttar Pradesh police in that area are on the ground. Again, this was localized. This was not spread to the Saharanpur city or town. That would be a huge space. This was spread to one or two localities within the Saharanpur town. And we did see what happened. And things are getting back. to being better than what they were, say, 20 or 30 minutes ago.